Okay, we're seeing here if we're going to be, if this new shenanigans is going to work. I've been tweaking for weeks, it seems like. It all started when I had to get a new computer. And that is, then that just sends everything into havoc. Although, the cool thing that happened was there was software that I had that didn't work. And then when I got the new computer, it started working.
Like magic.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is really cool. I didn't know it did this. And some shit had major updates.
Yeah.
I was 7 versions behind, and I was like, oh, it's so much better.
I was mad when Audacity updated because it changed everything.
Oh,
Audacity.
Like, fuck.
the audacity of Audacity. Can everybody hear Lily V6?
Can we hear me today?
Hey, everybody.
Yes, no, maybe, sometimes.
Check the box. Lily, check your box for me.
Wait, my box?
Like that. Just do it like that.
Okay. I'm checking. Check on the check.
Okay, she needs a little bit more.
Forever 21, Smart and Sexy, Cadoba, Living Social, Priv. These are my emails.
Pittsburgh Kevin.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Talk like how
I am talking.
That's how you're going to talk.
I am going to talk this way.
Talk
this famous radio voice. Hey, everybody.
Okay. So if you can't hear something, now is the time to tell me, not when I'm trying to fucking read something or something. You guys know I have enough problems with reading as it is. So when you interrupt me and ask me, hey, I can't hear it, can you make that? You
Reading is
completely ruining my fucking podcast.
He was in a groove, and you took it away.
Fucked it up.
I was in the New York groove. Ace Frehley and I both.
Nice.
Oh, goodness gracious. They put on a pretty good show, I thought. A lot of rock's pretty hard. I mean, I don't know if we have any Ace haters or Ace lovers, but I'm not talking about Ace Ventura.
Oh, I was wondering. Ace.
So what's going on out there, kids? Can everybody hear? Has anybody said anything?
Nobody has said
Nobody
anything.
said anything like they can't hear or anything. Okay.
Not bad.
So what we're going to do then is I'm just going to get started. You had your chance to say something was fucked up and you didn't say it.
And that's it.
And that's all you get.
That's it.
Good day, sir. Good day.
I said good day.
No soup for you. Okay, kids. I've also learned that when reading, do this. The worst, like that.
'Cause you're like
nah. Yeah, I've we're doing Jason's podcast with him. I've got to read an intro. He writes these hilarious intros, and I've got to read them. And I discovered a long time. I'm like, do this, and it's way easier. Then it's looking at something you're used to looking at, as opposed to looking.
Chris Thunderwolf says everything's cool.
Everything's cool. Copacetic.
Chris, you're the best.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do it then. You guys said it's okay, so it's gonna be okay. Okay, here we
There
go.
it is.
Let it all out. In 5, 4, 3. Who doesn't love a great novelty song, right? Novelty songs have been a part of rock music for as long as there has been rock music. Do you guys know that when rock music first came out, like when Elvis first, everybody thought those were novelty songs?
Really?
Now today they are staples.
Yes.
Okay, so in this week's Loudini Rock and Roll Circus podcast, we're going to count down the top 10 greatest rock and roll novelty songs of all time. Stick around. Get ready to rock out with your talk out. It's the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Moms and dads, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. My name is Lou Lombardi, a.k.a. Loudini. I am the ringmaster of this wild and crazy podcast that we're going to do for you folks about novelty songs. We talk about all kind of crazy crap on this thing. Next week is the second week of the month already. And we are going to be discussing Walking to Clarksdale, the Page Plant album, essentially the only Led Zeppelin reunion kind of we ever really got, but it's great, and we're going to be excited to talk about that. And we have a lot of really cool podcasts coming up for you guys in the future, as well as we are working on one about the top 10 greatest fictional bands. Well, what was the movie we watched? You said you had to get, and I bought it on DVD, and we watched it.
Fabulous Stains.
The Fabulous Stains.
Fabulous
The Fabulous
Stains.
Stains. Yeah, I mean that's a really good example. So anyway, so that we're always thinking and trying to keep you guys amused and entertained with our fantabulous yet misguided insights into rock music. We are giant rock fans. If it's got big loud guitars in your face, we're all about it here. Speaking of loud guitars in your face, and one of the ways to get the guitar in somebody's face is to have an awesome custom artwork. Chris refers to these things as paint jobs, but I think they're artwork. I mean, he takes what you got, it turns your instrument into a piece of art. Wolf's Customs, Chris Thunderwolf Dodson. Look him up on social media. Chris Thunderwolf Dodson, big supporter of our podcast for many years now. wolfscustoms.online. But he said the best way to get a hold of him is through social media. So look him up, check out what he's got. And if you're out there gigging, and it's not just guitars, whatever musical instrument you have, it's just kind of really cool to have something like really special that looks nothing like anybody else's guitar. So check that out. rockrageradio.com is where you want to go to hear great music content 24/7. Totally free of charge. It's an app. You go to rockrageradio.com, download the app, and then the rest is just like listening. It's that simple. You download and listen. Like, who doesn't love that?
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Right, exactly. So go to rockrageradio.com. Check that out. Speaking of Rock Rage Radio, we do have one of Rock Rage Radio's hottest shows represented here on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. I love how we have this sort of cross-pollination thing going on. But
Is that what it is?
We have Lily V6.
What's up?
And Lily, what is your show again?
My show is Hot Licks with Lily 6. It's on Thursdays, 6 p.m. Eastern Time on the free rockrageradio.com.
Rock Rage Radio! Awesome. And wherever you're listening, hit the little... it's kind of a sideways V-shaped thing with two little dots on it. That means the share. You can share the podcast. So wherever you're listening, your Spotify, iTunes, you're watching it on YouTube, hit the share button right away and share with all your friends, because chances are if you dig it, they dig it, and it really helps us to reach a wider audience and continue to give you great podcasts every week. LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com and LouLombardiMusic.com to get more information about what we have going on, become a part of our Inner Circle group on Facebook, and get access to all kind of exclusive music and videos and things like that. So check that out, LouLombardiMusic.com, LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. Oh, wow. So we had we're going to get into the topic, I promise. But we've been told to banter, so the people like the banter.
Banter.
So we're going to get into the topic, but we're going to banter Bill Damiano.
Sure.
Bill Damiano. He hates when I call him Damiano. He really gets like a whole, like he gets his back up on it.
Lombardi.
Yeah.
Low.
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyways, now, we did something super fun last Tuesday, didn't we?
We
Gosh,
did
yes.
do that.
What did we do? Tell the kids at home what we did, guys.
God, tell him, Lily. Tell him.
We went to go see Anna Popovic and Stu's band,
The
AC. Thank you.
AC and the Resistors. Yes.
So good times. It was a great show. It's the first time I ever got to see her live, and she blew me away. I'm not even going to lie. I enjoyed it a lot.
That girl
very
can play guitar.
And very energetic.
Yes.
Which is important to me to have some sort of a stage presence.
Yes.
It's Ana Popovic is a Serbian blues guitarist, singer, songwriter. Yeah, kind of styled in after Stevie Ray Vaughan in a fashion.
Right.
That's sort of thing. She has the great look, and she's a monster guitarist. Anna has had many incarnations. That was the fifth time I've ever seen her play. and each time it's a little different. Each time it's very often it's a completely different band playing with her. And she's gone from the sort of like actually she was any actual like band when she very first started was doing like alternative rock. So yeah, she was very, very young. And but when she came out, she sort of came out as a kind of Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of thing, guitar, bass, drums, Stratocaster playing, just straight up that blues rock thing. Explored that for a while, did acoustic stuff, did real pop. That's like that sort of Bonnie Raitt, Keb Mo, pop blues kind of thing, you know what I mean? And right now, I think what she's doing now is absolutely insane. It's fan-frickin-tastic. It's a kind of her, like, if you know anything about her, she's a really hot guitar player, really, really smoking guitar player. Say you would have a really great guitar player like that fronting Tower of Power or James Brown,
there was some real nice funk to that.
Or Prince or something like that. There was this whole thing going on with the horn section stuff that was just, what they were doing was just fan-frickin-tastic. It was so hot. And that was like my favorite incarnation of her, of her music there, which is just really, really good. If you get a chance, if she's coming to a city near you, I would definitely check out this tour. I was telling a buddy of mine, I was telling the Hawk, and he's like, he says, Stu played me some of her stuff. She's really good. I said, dude, like, that's nothing. You got to go see it. Because nothing like being in the room with it.
Right.
I mean, it was a real experience. They were really, really good. And of course, I did. And I'm not just blowing smoke. AC and the Resistors is a really tight band too. Like if you're in the Pittsburgh area, they play around a lot. The kind of blues rock, classic rock with blues, sort of together. Tony Corrado's a great guitar player, and he's a really good front man. So check those guys out as well. So that was our fun outing last Tuesday.
A field trip,
a field trip.
Field trip.
Everybody had their permission slips, and they brought their brown bag lunch, and
it was delicious.
No, I just ate loose fries off of his plate. I didn't bring a lunch.
Fries. Okay.
They're French.
Fries. They're very Frenchy. Frenchies. The jig is up. Okay, now let's get. Do you want to start talking about novelty? I thought we were already being kind of a novelty act ourselves, right there. Feeling very novel tonight. I feel like tonight, Lily, is a kind of novel night.
Is it?
How many times can you say novel in one sentence?
Not naval.
Oh. You're not a naval doctor.
Oh my goodness.
What is that?
That's a very specialized field.
That kind of makes me sick to think about it.
Who's this guy? Gypsum Fwookie.
He does not come up on mine, so I don't know.
I don't know what that means. Oh, that's somebody on. Oh, dude. That's on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
So. Oh, well, thank you, YouTuber, for watching with us. Okay.
Hello.
So let's go ahead and get into our topic. We always start with Lily, so we're not going to break tradition. And so, Lily, what do you have? I know that Lily had a little computer error.
I am having technical difficulties between my house and Lou's house, which is about 25 steps. Somehow my notes got all jumbled, but I will try my best here. The first song I have on my list is Three Little Pigs by Green Jelly.
Oh, yeah, that's a great jam.
Yes.
Nice.
I said jam, but you said jelly.
I got you.
Say, see what I did there?
You're sick. Song by American comedy rock band Green Jelly from their first video album, Serial Killer. Serial being cereal, not like this. Released by Zoo Entertainment in 1992 with the original band name Green Jello. The single was re-released on May 24th, 93 under the name Green Jelly due to the lawsuit between Jello and the band. The song peaked at number 17 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 in the summer of 93. It stayed on the listing
Summer of 93.
Stayed on the listing for 20 weeks. The chart success can be partially attributed to the song's unique and heavily aired music video. The song was ranked number 35 on VH1's 40 Most Awesomely Bad Metal Songs Ever.
What?
The song's stop-motion claymation music video received regular rotation on MTV, and in 1993 it was certified gold by the RIAA. It was notable for being the first known music single to debut only in video form. When the music
It
video,
is a great video.
It is
Yeah,
fun.
it's a great
It's a lot of fun. When the music video was first shown on MTV, fans could buy the song on videotape, but not on CD. In '93, however, the single was finally released in CD form. There were 2 versions of the song. They had to change some lyrics. The original lyric, he was kind of stokin', spent most of his day just a ganja smokin'. The modified version is he was kind of stokin', spent most of his days in the sun just soaking. However, the video retained pot culture references in this part of the song. So that was my first pick.
Very good.
Very good, Lauren. Good one. Wow, they really liked it. They really liked
No
it.
kidding. Oh, it's slow.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so
Wow.
great pick. That is one of those. It's on several playlists of mine. It's on my YouTube playlist. It's on my Spotify playlist. I just think it's bad. I think it's heavy as
It really is.
I'll get the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like, it's wildly entertaining.
Everybody sings to it whenever it comes on. So
I mean, the only thing about that when you have a song like that, though, is that when people, if they go out and play live, all people probably stand there the whole time and play, play 3 little pigs,
Pretty
play 3
much.
little pigs, play 3. They
That's
play,
their
there's that
signature
one
now.
guy, you know what I mean? And he doesn't even have an excuse. Like, he's not autistic or anything. He's just a dick.
he's just one of those guys. He's the Freebird guy.
I actually saw something like this happen. I was at one of those. I was a member of WYEP in Pittsburgh for a while, and I got, you got free passes to all kind of stuff to do. But they did this great thing over on the North Shore, and they brought a bunch of artists in. This was probably in the early 2000s that were like what I call YEP artists. These were the guys that were like their audience was like that, kind of postgraduate school, you know what I mean? They call it album adult alternative, AAA,
Oh, okay.
that sort of thing. And some of the bands that played, I can't believe this is all coming to me. This is a really good weed. Was John Gorka. Wow, I can't believe I remember this. Action Figure Party.
Well, okay.
And Sonny Landreth, who, like, that's really what I was really excited to see with Sonny Landreth, because Sonny, I don't know if you know who he is. He's like the Yngwie of slide.
Okay.
He's an amazing, he has this killer tone. He's just like awesome. He plays the shit out of this amazing Strat and everything. But he was playing Strat at the time, and he did switch to Les Paul. I digress. And what brings me to this story is Freddie Johnson had, he was playing there too, and he had this big hit called Bad Reputation, and it made it onto regular radio a bit too. It's like probably on the top 100 or maybe top 40, but not super big song. And he gets up there, the lady from YEP introduced Freddie Johnson, and he gets up there and he's playing acoustics. It's quiet. He's not like, he's kind of taking his time talking to the crowd, and there's some moron right in the front. Play Bad Reputation! Play Bad Reputation! And everybody felt so. We're like, oh, dude, you're making Pittsburgh look bad, dude. Like, knock it off. He was like, we're gonna get to it, I promise. Oh my
Just thought
God.
Spidey should not have played it that night.
He did
Thank
do
you,
it,
good night.
and he sounded great doing it, and he did bring the house down.
This is for that guy. I'm not doing it.
That guy was passed out on the grass.
Of course.
By the
By the
time,
time, yeah.
I think he waited until the guy was passed out.
He's out now.
I would have at that point.
But
What song is it you want to hear?
but I can imagine that happening to Green Jello, because that's really the only song. But I'm sure the Green Jello plays a rockin' show, and if you guys are listening, love to have you on. We're huge fans. We're just goofing and having a good time. Mr. Pittsburgh himself,
how's it
Mr.
going?
Kevin.
All right, so I'm going to start with this one just because I have a kind of a funny story to go along with it. And
Funny as in funny, ha ha.
I'm going to make you laugh. I'm going to be your clown.
What am I, like, you clown? You my clown? You're gonna be my clown?
I'm your clown.
What were you here to make me laugh?
Tommy, you son of a bitch. Anyway,
boy.
so this is like this guy's shtick, right? This is what he's known for, and it's Weird Al, right?
Oh boy.
Never heard of him.
Oh, well, there's this guy. And the only reason I bring this up is because the song Smells Like Nirvana, okay? My kids love Weird Al. To this day, they love Weird Al.
You've seen him live how many times?
Twice.
Oh, okay. I thought you saw him
Just
more,
a-
but I thought you were.
That I'm going to admit to. But standing outside his house with binoculars does not count as seeing him. Anyway. So
That's a great behind the music, by the way. The Weird Al behind the music.
Oh, I've
I
seen
may
that
have
one.
seen it.
It's
Yeah,
really good.
yeah. I mean,
It's
they're
really good.
musicians and songwriters and stuff. But so we're the kids are little. My kids are little. We're driving in the car and Nirvana comes on. It Smells Like Teen Spirit, and my kids are banging their heads, having a good time. And finally, my son stops and looks at me and goes, "There's something wrong with this song." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, The lyrics are all wrong. And at that point, I realized he had never heard the Nirvana. He'd only known Weird Al.
He knew the song
from
from the Weird. That's
Nirvana.
great.
And so I cracked up. So I, of course, took him home and let him listen to Nirvana. I'm like, there you go. See, this is where it all comes from. He goes, so all of Weird Al's songs are actually other songs? I'm like, there you go. You're picking up what I'm putting down now. But so that's the only reason I added it to this list. I thought that was kind of a cute little story.
That is a great story. That's a great story. He didn't realize that.
Had no idea. He's like-
Well, that's a kind of testament, though, to how great Weird Al is, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, to this day, I like the his not the American Pie, but this here Anakin guy.
Saga
Yeah, I like it better than
Begins
American
or
Pie.
something like- yeah.
See, now, my choice for Weird Al, and I'm not going to sit here and read the whole thing, but White and Nerdy for you two.
Shut up.
Because I love you guys.
Wow.
You have a strange way of
This
showing
is
love.
Lily's last week.
We'd like to thank her for all her
Bye.
service with us. But no. That backfired quickly.
That escalated quickly.
I was going to say that one for you two.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, welcome. Am I wrong? No.
No, you're not. That's the sad part.
I want to talk about. Don't look, Ethel.
There you go.
She'd already been incensed.
Oh, God. Here we go.
I actually probably should have picked The Day the Squirrel Went Berserk. That's actually probably my favorite one. But The Streak is the most famous.
Yes, sir.
And oh man, so you guys, here's young whippersnappers out there,
understand.
don't remember there was this thing that happened in the late 70s, this fad that happened in the 70s called streaking. And it was just a thing where people would take off all their clothes and then they would like kind of like bomb a football game, a baseball game, a funeral, a church service, and they would just run by naked as fast as they could. And it happened at like televised sporting events. There we go. We have a streaker. Yeah.
And we're the days.
And it was naughty but harmless.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it was, you know what I mean? And like, usually the cops and stuff were pretty easy on once they caught the person. It wasn't like that big of a deal. It was like, don't do it again kind of
Oh, you
thing.
canwe can't do that now, though. Forget that.
And, we live in a different way.
But you wear a mask. You wear a mask and you're streaking, you're okay.
We weren't arresting
okay.
you for streaking. We're arresting you because you weren't wearing a mask.
I mean, that's legit.
Too legit to quit. That's what we are here at the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Yes.
Tell him, Bones. Thank you. Bones knows why. Bones is here. He's here.
He's drunk, though.
Yeah, he's all right. He's doing okay. He's doing okay.
works
He's got.
for beer.
He's got.
He works for Thunderbird.
I feel like he's been here all day.
Look.
He has. That's the problem.
He's been working with top people.
Oh yeah?
Top.
No way.
No, top people.
Yeah?
Stevens was inspired to write The Streak after reading an article about streaking, which was a fad. It just meant, especially among college students, ran around naked in public. Okay, you get the idea. By the time Stevens recorded this, a bunch of other songs about streaking had already been released. He took it to a Nashville radio station, and the song got a great response when they played it. Stevens recalled in an interview with Bart Herbison of Nashville Songwriters Association International there were about a dozen other records about streaking on the market before I could get mine out.
Really?
And I was pretty fast. I wrote the song the minute I heard about streaking and got it in the studio, and I cut it. People were just, I don't know how they got their records out so fast, but they weren't all that good. When mine came out, it took the market. It was the one the radio liked. In other words, it was well crafted. 5 days after it was released, one of the most high-profile streaks took place at the Academy Awards. When advertising executive Robert Opel streaked past David Niven live on TV. This added to the public's fascination with streaking and helped the song become a huge hit. I wonder if, maybe Ray Stevens' publicist or somebody paid paid Robert Opel to do that. I mean, we got the song. It's the kind of shit that happened. And it still happens in the entertainment industry. You know what I mean? Again, harmless though, just like streaking, totally harmless. It's a great song, and there's even a music video. Later on, they did make a music video of it. It's corny, but and I don't know if the kids would even get the song.
Maybe not.
They may mean nothing to them. But it was a big hit, and streaking was a really fun fad. Okay, I said fad, not the FAG word.
I didn't say that either. It's just how streaking a
I didn't say fag.
No.
That's what you. That's when you. That's a cigarette.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got Lily V6. What's going on with Lily V6?
So my next one on my list is Barbie Girl by Aqua from I think 1996. Half my notes are gone.
Barbie World.
No, 97. Third single from the group's debut studio album, Aquarium. It was written after one of the people in the group's Rusted saw an exhibit in Denmark that featured Barbie dolls. The song topped the charts worldwide, particularly in European countries such as the United Kingdom, where it was a #1 hit for 4 weeks and remains one of the best-selling singles of all time. In the U.S., it peaked at #7 on the Billboard, where it remains Aqua's biggest hit single, and their only one to reach the top 10. It is their most popular song, sadly. They do have others. This is the one that made it anywhere. It also became the subject of the controversial lawsuit by Mattel, of course, versus MCA Records. So, yeah. And it's very catchy, and I do find myself singing to it when it comes on. So.
I have one, and that's I would put in the same vein that came out in this century on my list. It's a it's a silly song, do you guys want to know what a novelty song actually is?
Yes.
Sure, I did have that in my notes originally, but those are gone now.
They're gone.
Okay.
They're in the stratosphere.
They went bye-bye.
So this is from Britannica.com, so it's got to be legit, right?
You would think.
Yeah. Novelty song, popular song that is either written and performed as a novelty or that becomes a novelty when removed from its original context. Regardless of which of these two categories applies, the assumption is that the song is popular because of its novelty, because it sounds different from everything else being played on the radio or jukebox. It follows that novelty hits are unique. The second time around, the sound is no longer novel. However, a novelty song can change people's listening assumptions, and hits that the record industry has treated as novelties have often turned out to be precursors to new musical styles. We were saying earlier, when Elvis came out, everybody thought, those were novelty songs. Songs written and performed as novelties have usually been comic songs in tradition that goes back to British hall music. Hits such as Laughing Policeman, or Bill Buchanan and Dickie Goodman's The Flying Saucer. And of course, who could forget Sheb Wooley's Flying Purple People Eater, which I think we're going to be talking about later. These things sold particularly well. Comedians like Stan Freberg and Peter Sellers were specializing in musical satire. But the market for joke records started to decline in the 50s, and because there was a lot of children's things. That was one of the reasons. Second, comedy and music scenes diverged as comedians moved from radio to television. There were comedies aimed primarily at youth. So there were some things that changed. Non-comic novelty songs either reflect non-musical events. The British charts fill up football-related songs during the World Cup competition, for instance, or show off new instrumental sounds. The Torpedoes hit Telstar, which was the first of many electronic novelties. Do you remember the song from the 70s, Popcorn? That's all done on a Moog synthesizer,
yeah.
and it just sounds like popcorn popping. It's kind of fun, silly. This is the context in which a second category of a novelty song is significant. Sort of exotic hits across the world to be heard on Western radio, the African song, Tom Hark, and some stuff like that. So there's a lot of this is a long tradition going like way back to like the beginning of everything, and just some songs that you guys may know, like Rick D's Disco Duck.
Yes.
Was a sort of like also a big disco hit as well. It wasn't just and Rapper's Delight came out. And people originally treated that as a novelty song. Now rap became, a whole musical genre. So sometimes that's the way that a new musical style gets kind of gets snuck in. It's funny, or it's novelty, or has some little different thing to it.
It's novel, not a novel, just novel.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough when something like that happens because, like a lot of bands, like after Nirvana broke, any band that even that was just even instrumentally like that was say, oh, they're just trying to be Nirvana. Bush took a lot of shit over that, stuff like that. Anyway, so that's a little bit of a kind of thing about little background on what a novelty song actually is. Whose turn is it? What you want to talk about there, Mr. Pittsburgh?
Well, before the podcast, you and I were sitting here talking. I wrote one down that just popped into my head. But guess what? You just mentioned it. It was Rick D's Disco Duck.
Also on my list.
Yeah, so there you go.
Do you want to fill in the details on it? Lil, do you have a thing?
I will find the details on it in quick second.
If I could do
Disco Duck.
Performed by Rick Dees and his cast of idiots.
Basically.
At the
like
time,
us.
Dees was a Memphis disc jockey. It became #1 hit on the Billboard Hot 100 for 1 week in October of '76. Also made the top 20 on the Billboard Hot Soul Singles chart, peaking at number 15.
Wow.
It was initially released in the South by Estelle Axton's Free Tone label, but it was later released by RSO Records for national and international distribution. The song earned a 1977 People's Choice Award for Favorite New Song.
Yeah, well.
People's Choice
Some of these were messed
Disco
up.
Duck.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's there's a Donald Duck-esque voice as the main plot point. The story within Disco Duck centers on a man at a dance party who is overcome by the urge to get up and get down in a duck-like manner. When the music stops, he sits down, but when he decides to get up and dance again, he finds that everyone in the room is now doing his dance. So there it is.
I mean, that came out, I was just a kid, so the novelty of hearing the Donald Duck voice.
It probably was like, oh, yay, Disney.
Right, but I knew guys that were like 2 years older than me, and they're like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, it's a great song. Like, no, it's not. Now, in my 50s, I realized,
understand.
no, it's not. Yeah. So, there you go.
We could stay in the 70s all day. We could.
And
we
60s. There's a lot of 60s.
But we are going to dip into something a little bit more moderner.
Okay.
And I think the Tenacious D,
Oh, yeah.
novelty or not, writes really great rock songs. And this is absolutely one of them. Tribute.
Oh, boy.
From the album Tenacious D from 2001. The song finds Jack Black and Kyle Gass of Tenacious D hitchhiking down the road when Satan appears. It's great.
Yep.
And tells him to play the best song in the world or he will eat their souls. Forgetting what the greatest song in the world is, they play something else as a tribute, and it's dedicated and it's decided that song is now the best song in the world. According to Jack Black, he played One by Metallica to Gas and called it the best song in the world. They wanted to make something close to it, but instead decided to make a tribute to it. The Stairway to Heaven riff at the end probably signifies the general view that the song is the best song in the world. The devil in the song's voice is Foo Fighters singer and Nirvana drummer Dave Grohl. He did play on the album. Warren Fitzgerald of legendary punk band The Vandals contributed the guitar solo on this song. Warren and Kyle have worked together on other projects before, such as Kung Fu Records TV show called Fear of Punk Planet. Ben Stiller makes a brief appearance as a passerby. He's wearing a black jacket and carrying a bag. I did not realize that. This is a reference to the video. I think that this explanation is a smidge off. Only then the fact that they do write the best song in the world. Like they play, that's what they play for Satan.
Right.
But like later they couldn't remember it. So when they went to record, they just wrote this thing. This is a tribute. So the song that they actually wrote is just a tribute to that song because we can't fucking remember what we played. And it is such a musician thing. Oh my God. Like it's taken me, I've had a mobile device that's had recording on it for like at least 10 years, but it's taken me like 9 3/4 of those years to realize before you even pick the fucking guitar up, put this out right in front of you and hit record. Because so now I got everything. But I mean, it's such a musician thing to do. You like come up with something. What the fuck did I just play? It was so good, but I don't know what it was. And it's a great video. So you have anything to add, Lily?
Not to that song.
Okay.
No.
This is good. We're having a good time. How's everybody feeling?
Pretty good.
Any comments that we want to address?
Mark Christian Jones says Chuck Berry, my dingling.
Well, you just might be psychic there, Buster. I think somebody's been picking at my show notes.
Did someone look at your notes?
They was looking right down my backside.
Oh my gosh.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
My ding-a-ling is on the list.
I think it's on all of our lists.
It's not on my list.
Oh, it's not?
So we're
Write
going to
it down.
talk about my ding-a-ling next.
Your ding-a-ling.
Yes.
Specifically?
Specifically. So we're going to take a quick break. Oh, man. No, I won't have enough time to take a dump, but
Getting to know you.
and boom goes the dynamite. Literally. Okay, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and take a break. I'm going to play the song "Sun-Kissed Nerd Girl." This is my brother who just had a birthday this week. By the way, happy birthday, Keith the Hawk Hawkins.
Happy birthday, Keith.
He's just turned 27.
I thought he was 25.
He's about to join. Hopefully, he won't join the 27 club. But anyways, shouldn't even joke about that. But this is a song with Keith on drums and myself on pretty much everything else, and Chris Ruane from Fist Fight in the Parking Lot mixed the whole thing and made it sound awesome. So we'll be right back. Sun-Kissed Nerd Girl on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus podcast. Crawling
The portal now opens, his hands filled with tokens to win a glance from your face.
Michael listening by using Facebook and can't call.
He's been a naughty little monkey.
Girls, sun-kissed, naked girl. Show around a secret world. Cats and craft doll, figures fall, strewn around your room. Computer light moody, like a B-movie. Music heavy with doom.
We have to make that up later.
Your smile is playful, but what shall we play? Now that you're holding my hand. Game seems so lonely.
There is more
Toys are too
of someone
folded.
sick chords.
Here in
Corona.
your promised land. Sun-kissed nerd girl.
Oh, dude.
Swinging round
I finished
with
Smoking
the
the Bandit,
girls.
and I finished Sunshine. Did you see Sunshine from 2007? The premise is completely fucking preposterous, but it's like pretty well done. Killian Murphy. I'm talking about. He's in 28 Days Later. Yeah, he's in it. Chris Evans, who ended up playing Captain America. He's in Will Young. Benedict Wong. He's in a Marvel universe too.
I saw Scream 5.
Was good? I want to see it.
I guessed who was the killer at the very beginning. There's a twist.
I was trying to play my best Steely Dan solo. I don't know the whole thing, like trying to tell it to you.
Sun-kissed nerd girl. Swinging around them with the girls. Sun-kissed nerd girl. Show me around your secret world. Sun-kissed nerd girl. Wrap me in them little curls. Sun-kissed nerd girl. Show me around this secret world.
Lou Lombardi, Keith the Hawk Hawkins, Chris Ruane mixing it for us. Sunkissed Nerd Girl. Excuse me, I didn't mean to scream into the microphone. Sunkissed Nerd Girl, check it out. You can get more information about getting copies and things like that of this music by going to loulombardimusic.com. Don't forget to check out rockrageradio.com and shout out to Wolf's Customs, wolfscustoms.online and Wolf's Customs on Facebook. Reach out to Chris and talk about getting some custom beautiful refinishing and artwork done on your musical instrument. So we are discussing novelty songs.
Novelty.
This was a very novel idea.
Oh,
Sing.
sir.
So I don't know. We just talk about so many different things over the years. I mean, music is eternal. It's endless. So you can always find new stuff. But like, this is just one of those things. And I like the idea this is a part one.
Yes.
Because, we're going to want to revisit
There's plenty
this,
of songs.
and if you guys
Stuff
like
every
stuff, and if you like a particular topic, like let us know. We'll find another way to do like a part 2, part 3, Randy versus Eddie, the rematch. I have to say, before we get back into it, I just got to say something. That there's a certain guy who I love. This guy is awesome, dude.
Thank you.
Really good guy. But he seems to take offense when I do a podcast that's this versus that. Like he's like literally like it's a like I'm really like promoting musicians competing in that way against each other. Which okay.
Who is it, Nikki Sixx or Eddie Vedder?
It's just an easier way when you only have so many characters to fit into a space on a freaking computer screen to write verses instead of compare and contrast Eddie Van Halen and Randy Rhoads. Like, you know what I mean? That's the more, but that's really what we're doing. We're just saying verses because it's just the most
simpler.
Simpler. And it does have it's got a little clickbaity thing going on too. It's fun. Just kind of zings it up a bit. But if you listen to any of those podcasts, that's really what they are. Like a compare and contrast. That's all. And then we may offer our personal opinions, and that's it. So it's not like we're really trying to so anyways, I know some of you are very sensitive. So Lily, you got something else?
I do have something else.
V6.
I have Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka
Oh,
Dot
that's
Bikini.
good. I like that one.
Yeah,
Novelty song telling the story of a shy girl wearing a revealing polka dot bikini at the beach. The English, there's many.
Oh,
versions.
Lord Jesus.
I know.
my.
There are a couple.
Lily, this is a family show. I'll not have that kind of talk.
There are a couple versions, but the English version was written by Paul Vance and Lee Pockris, and it was first released in June of 1960 by Brian Hyland.
You like Brian, don't you, Bones?
With an orchestra
that Brian guy,
conducted
I know
by
he is.
John Dixon.
Yes, that dick.
The Highland version reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, selling 1 million copies in the United States and was a worldwide hit. The story is told through the 3 verses of the song as follows. The young lady is too afraid to leave the locker where she has changed into her bikini. Number 2, she has made it to the beach but sits on the sand wrapped in a blanket.
Hey!
Number 3, she has finally gone into the ocean but is too afraid to come out and stays immersed in the water, despite the fact that she's turning blue to hide herself from view. At the time when bikini bathing suits were still seen as too risque to the mainstream, the song prompted a sudden takeoff in bikini sales. It is credited as being one of the earliest contributors to the acceptance of the bikini in society. The early 1960s saw a slew of surf movies and other film and television productions that rapidly built on the song's momentum. I hate you.
Yes!
There you go.
But it is a fun song.
It's a great song.
It is a fun song.
I think that needs to be followed up with one of the ones you were telling me about, Miss Pittsburgh Kevin.
What?
I think the song that goes right with Itsy Witsy Bitsy Titsy Witsy
Teeny Weeny.
Titsy Witsies
Holy
is the Purple People Eater song.
Oh, there you go. So, Lou.
Yes.
Hey, Lou, let's talk about the Purple People Eater song. Song that.
Now, Purple People Eater, not Purple Penis Eater.
It's penis eater.
Did I say?
Well, maybe they start with the penis when they eat you.
There it is.
Ooh.
No, well, your
Did you ever see
penis
that
isn't
movie?
purple. It doesn't make any sense. If they only eat purple penises, they're gonna go hungry.
Remember when we got canceled? Wasn't that fun?
I remember that
It was a lot of
time.
fun.
I mean,
I was already
if you
fired.
think
You were
about
already
it,
fired,
no,
so it
but
was
seriously, like,
short
what would
trip
be
to the door.
we really should get on with it. Go ahead. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to say purple penis eater again. I promise.
No, you're not going to say that again.
I promise. I will never say purple penis eater ever again.
Thank you for never saying that again. All right, song written by. Listen to this name here, Lou. Lou, you ready for this name? One of the 3 Stooges that was rejected.
It does.
Actually,
Hey, boys, I'm Sheb.
No,
yes,
No, you're not.
He's he was a stooge.
Sheb Woolley.
No, he wasn't.
It gets even better. Sheb
He
Woolley.
wrote the purple penis eater, so
Not
there's
Sheb
that.
Smith.
He
Sheb
had a purple
Jones.
penis. That's why I wrote the song.
Sheb Woolley. Sheb Woolley. That's fun to say.
Shavoli.
Sheb
That
Woolley.
sounds like a Yiddish dish. Shavoli.
Anyway.
Oh, God. Anyway, Lily, please save us.
Oh, you want me to read
Oh,
it?
I thought. Yeah.
I have a thing here. I can get into it. I got it.
You do it.
You just look like you wanted to move on.
But this was Kevin's pick, and I think this is a really cool song. I remember having a lot of fun with this as a kid. It was on when we were I can't remember which Christmas it was, but my mom bought us this record called Wacky Winners.
There you go.
And it had some of the songs that we're talking about tonight, and it had this song on it. We really loved it. But
Detail.
The Purple People Eater is a song written and performed by Sheb Woolley, as Pittsburgh Kevin was telling us, which is a novelty song to end all novelty songs. It's one of the few rare cases where a pure novelty made it to number 1 on the charts, for one thing. It's also unusually long-lived, popping up again and again in cartoons, TV commercials, YouTube videos, and film soundtracks. The song is notable for a confused impression people tend to get from it, which may be intentional. The creature's full description is one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. But the lyrics make it clear that this is a creature who eats purple people eater. Yet, whenever anyone asks to depict the figure, they invariably make the creature itself purple.
Yes.
See, I
So
thought
you're
it was.
thinking the creature's purple, but
I
he's
thought
really
the creature.
eating
Yeah, but
people.
wait a minute. I thought it was flying purple people.
What? No.
They were flying purples.
You're right.
You're right. Man, wow.
Did it ruin your whole
Just
My
saying.
mind is
childhood?
blown, dude.
Kids, just say
Right through your
no.
face.
Wow, I'm
Right
just
there.
really, I
You
don't.
understand now?
I'm not sure that I can continue at this juncture.
There it
Where's
goes.
the purple people?
I mean, I just don't know what's going to happen now. I'm completely beside myself, but I will do my best.
Okay.
The show must go on, as they say.
Sure.
So I will do my best to continue.
Okay.
I can't really believe that I get in public
Really?
and talk like this.
I can.
Sometimes it's like a little part of me steps outside of myself and says, do you fucking hear yourself?
You hear it later, don't you?
You sound like a maniac. So let's get back to this. Okay.
Yeah.
So when most people are asked to depict the figure, they invariably make the creature itself purple, suggesting that it will eat people of any color. Natural impression to get, considering the hail of adjectives. Incidentally, we also know that it isn't a one-eyed creature who eats one-horned flying purple people, because the lyrics also have the creature playing rock and roll music through the horn on its head.
Yes.
And also it is the creature itself who flies, because the lyrics say it came down to I'm like done. Anyway,
no,
It's
let's
very.
move on.
It's
Here's let me just summarize.
Okay.
The lyrics are insanely clever. That's
Yes.
what they're doing. It's like a play upon words, upon words, and it could be depending how you.
That's why I'm
I mean,
confused.
it's very. Yeah,
You just need to see the movie.
yeah.
There's a movie?
There is.
Wow.
It's in the film Contact.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So what movie?
It's the Purple People Eater. It's a movie.
There's a movie. Well, tell us
Yes.
about it.
I haven't seen it since I was about 12. I know Screech is in it from like
Well,
Saved by the Bell.
sold.
Wait a
I
minute.
am there.
Any movie with Screech in it.
I'm there.
I gotta
I
get.
just
I need the. I hope there's a Criterion collection.
Obviously.
I'm off to the exchange tomorrow.
Purple People Eater from 1988. A kid plays the old novelty song Purple People Eater, and the creature actually appears. The two then proceed to help an elderly couple who are being evicted by their greedy landlord. It's horrible, but you can at least understand what the creature is at this
Screech is
point.
in it.
Screech is in it.
Dustin Diamond.
Ned Beatty's in it. Shelley Winters is in it.
Squeal!
Oh, my
Squeal! Screech!
Screech like a pig.
Screech! Piggy
like a
screech!
pig.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, there you go, Doogie.
Screech!
Peggy Lipton.
Oh,
Chubby Checker. Little Richard.
holy.
Thora Birch.
Thora Birch? Now you've sold it.
Shub Woolley.
Oh, I would hope he's in it. If Thora Birch is in it,
Yeah,
I'm
Dustin
there.
Diamond.
That's like. That's
Some
what the-
stripper
Some stripper?
called her.
As if the film wasn't already sold to me. Some strippers in it?
Yeah, I don't know her name.
Okay.
There's some stripper.
Okay.
There's some
She
stripper.
actually might be a
there.
porn star. I could be wrong.
Well, of course.
Oh, no, I don't strip. I just do porn.
Whatever.
It's an all-star
Whatever
cast.
blows your
It's
dress
an
up.
all-star cast.
I really hope that they have a, you know how they show the the clip at the Academy Award. You know, I wonder what clip they will show.
I didn't say it was a good movie. I said you would understand the creature if you watched it.
But I was looking for a piggy squeal sound to play. You know.
Just
You don't get that.
Screech piggy.
Screech piggy.
Screech piggy.
Screech like a pig.
Oh my gosh, you guys are ridiculous.
Screech and Piggy
Yeah.
sitting in a tree.
Oh, Kearney.
I didn't say Miss Piggy.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Oh my god.
That's what he meant, though.
I know. Lou, I think it might be your turn.
I know. I'm gonna do one last one. We're gonna wrap it up. I don't. I thought we were talking about 10, but I think that we went.
We might have went over.
We may have like overstepped some
Probably 12.
boundaries
I
tonight.
think so.
I think we went 12.
In keeping with the tradition, I mean, all the ones I have on my list are great. All the ones Lily has are great. Kevin, we all have. Well, these are all really fun. But this is a song unlike any song that has been mentioned thus far. This, of course, speaking of the classic
Yes.
Big Bottom
Oh.
by Spinal Tap. The title refers to, you're going to get this, Lily,
My bum.
the female behind,
Oh.
but
Not my
also to the low, bass, heavy sound
Right,
in the
that's-
song. Nigel Tufnell, Spinal Tap says, historically, people love hearing low sounds, whales, orangutan, various creatures of the night. They all love a low sound.
I'm glad we're ending on a normal note.
Yeah, right?
What the hell matter with these musicians? Are they out of their goddamn minds?
The answer is yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Alex.
On this track, guitarist David St. Hubbins and Nigel Tufnell play bass, and bassist Derek Smalls plays a double neck bass,
Right.
leaving just drums and keyboards to enhance the sound. When Tufnell briefly left the band, they had the keyboard player double up his bass pedal to perform this live.
He's got two hands.
Had to have enough.
He's got two hands.
Conway Twitty had tight fitting jeans, and Dr. Hook had My Baby Makes Her Blue Jeans Talk. But this was the first heavy metal booty song.
Right.
The lyrics are filled with sexual euphemisms, including the
don't
famous
say.
couplet, "My baby fits me like a flesh tuxedo. I'd like to sink her with my pink torpedo."
That's poetic.
That's lots of love song.
That is. Right?
Was originally released on their Smell the Glove.
Don't really want to. We're not forcing him to smell the
We're
glove.
not forcing him to spell the glove. I got to turn that off, or we're gonna get sued. Yeah, what I was playing, the music ended and
Other stuff
other
started.
stuff started.
We can still talk like Spinal Tap, though.
Yes, we can.
Right.
Anyways, the song shout outs to current novelty hits of the time, such as the Royalties' Short Shorts and the Champs' Tequila. Apparently, the creature is also a fan of Little Richard as he sings something resembling Tutti Frutti.
You're back at the
I'm
Purple
back
People
at the
Eater.
Purple
Where are you
People
going?
Eater. Oh, Lily, save me.
Please help us. Send your tax-deductible dollars to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Yeah.
The station.
There it is.
Somebody put the wrong. Somebody handed me
Somebody
the
did?
wrong notes.
Somebody
Bones did it.
Yeah.
Bones.
He's silent. Now, he's not saying shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he knows.
He ran.
Who's been a bad
He went to go
Bones?
poop now.
Who's been a bad
Harry Shearer, who plays, and some of you may know the name from The Simpsons and all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff, does a lot of voice work. Who plays Derek Smalls, is a real bass player and often works on music with his wife, the singer-songwriter Judith Owen. Harry says the band has done a few different arrangements of the song, and they love playing it. Regarding his bass aspirations, he told Song Facts, "I practice every day, and my real love right now is the upright bass. But I love playing both instruments. I live in a city full of great musicians. I know where I am in that pecking order. I'm fine with that. I don't have any illusions. I'm an amateur, but I work hard, and I've been allowed to get on stage and jam with some great acts down here. That's happened from time to time, and I felt incredibly privileged and extremely nervous, but I love to play." Spinal Tap was the subject of the 1984 film. This is Spinal Tap, which is directed by Rob Reiner, Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, and Harry Shearer playing the band members. These four guys wrote all the songs for the movie and were used for the soundtrack album. In 1992, the band released another album called Break Like the Wind and toured to promote it.
You're listening to the smooth sounds of Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Hi, I'm Delilah.
Wow. And that just puts us into Airheads with the same guy. So there's that.
There you go. See?
Sounds of the Rhythm.
Oh my God. Anyway, so those are novelty songs. I hope you guys had fun with that. We have fun kind of no matter what we talk about, right?
Yes.
We sure
Correct.
do.
I'm not going to lay any heavy trip on you guys this week about anything. As you know, good times. Oh well, this is kind of a bummer note, but in this day in 1959, Buddy Holly was buried in Lubbock, Texas. His tombstone reads Holly, the correct spelling of his given surname, and includes pictures of a guitar. That's some sad. That's some sad shit.
Don't
Rest
cry.
in peace, buddy.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe like they should get Spinal Tap to play or something to cheer him
I
up.
don't know. That's a good idea.
That would cheer him up, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no. Well, there's a scene in the movie where they go to Grace.
They go to Grace.
Yeah.
So it's like, anyways, this day in 1959, New Orleans blues guitarist Guitar Slim died of pneumonia. So
Oh,
far,
you're
these
just a
are
bummer.
this is just like a
Holy
piece of shit.
cow.
I apologize in advance
Wow.
for what I just said. I apologize in advance for what I just said.
Somebody
Well,
needs a
just
nap.
Get it out of the way. Somebody
It's
needs a
been
nap.
it's been a great day. It's a good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy feeling. You feel it inside. The first Beatles single, Please Please Me, was released on this day in the U.S. on the VJ label.
The Beatles did something on this day?
Yeah, 1963.
You don't say.
Wow.
And then a year later, Pan
Yeah.
Am Flight 101 was greeted by over 5,000 Beatles fans as it arrived in New York's JFK Airport, bringing the Beatles to the U.S. for the first time, causing riotous scenes as they touched down.
Only 5,000?
Yes, we do.
There is a
Yes.
great story. And if I don't know how Pat DeCesar's health is, but I would love to have him come on and tell the story because Pat DeCesar, who was a promoter at this time in the mid '60s, wanted to bring the Beatles to America 1 year before. He had heard them; he thought they were great, and the promoter that he talked to when he called over there was like, whoever answered the phone was like, these guys, they're not interested in that. Like, they're going to be over in a year or so anyway. So like, they don't want to play. He's like, he says, I love you guys. He says, I think this will be really big. He says, I'm a promoter here in Pittsburgh. I would love them to be the first place they come to and everything. Like, no. And, a year later, it was like the biggest record in the world, and so he called him back, and nobody got back. So somehow it got back to John and Paul what had originally happened. They were pissed off, and so they got back to him. They kind of gave him whatever he wanted, and they made the whole thing happen with him. And but there's a lot of details to it. It's the way he tells the story. It's a much longer story. It's really really fun. But yeah, the Beatles come to America. Robin Maurice and Barry Gibb of the Bee Gees returned to the UK after living in Australia for 9 years. And that really isn't. That's you're scraping the bottom of the barrel there. This is from This Day in Music. You guys got to get your shit together.
Come on now.
Oh, this is fun.
Okay.
Doors singer Jim Morrison was arrested for drunk driving
No.
and no license.
Well, that's
Well, wait a minute. You can't really arrest somebody for drunk driving if they don't even have a license.
correct.
Like, he doesn't even
Right
have a
you
license.
are.
How can you? How does he even know he's not supposed to drink and drive? He's
He
not a
got-
licensed driver.
got no license.
Yes. So there you go.
Your Honor, I rest my case.
Don't you wish I was
I'm
your
never
attorney?
bailing you guys
If you
out.
want, if you get a DUI, call me. I'll fix you right up.
I can just see you two in jail, and I have to come and get you. Like, fuck no. Let him no.
Lily, no, seriously, Lily, please.
How about some this day in music stuff that's actually about music?
How about that?
Shut up.
The Who recorded Pinball Wizard at Morgan Studios, London, England this day in 1969. The song is one of the band's most famous live songs, being played at almost every Who concert since its debut live performance on the 2nd of May 1969. The track, which featured on their 69 rock opera album Tommy, was released as a single in 69 and reached number 4 in the UK charts, 19 in the US. And no matter what its chart placing is, it's immortalized. Like this day in 1970, Led Zeppelin scored their first UK number 1 album with Led Zeppelin 2. Has songs like Whole Lot of Love on it. I don't know, maybe you ever heard that song, I don't know.
Nah. I don't know that one.
On this day in 1970, see, I thought the song was more like a 60s song, but this is from the 70s. Shocking Blue went to number 1 on the US singles chart. Do you know what song, Pittsburgh Kevin?
No.
Venus.
Oh.
Oh.
I know that
Shocking
song.
Blue.
I thought it was Bananarama.
Yeah, well, Bananarama did it like
Bananarama.
25 years later. They redid it.
That was a cruel summer.
Oh, my God. On this day in 1976, like, this is such a great song. This is one of the songs that has very clever lyrics.
Yes.
Paul Simon started a 3-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover.
What year was that?
1976.
Holy cow.
I wasn't even born yet.
Shut up. Anyway.
For you music geeks out there, on this day in 1979, Stephen Stills became the first rock performer to record on digital equipment in the Los Angeles record plant studio. Excuse me.
Wow.
Ah!
Oh, it must be good.
Everybody roller skated to Celebration by Kool and the Gang.
I even did.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
see, there you go.
Started a 2-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles charts this day in 1981. On this day in 1981, John Lennon was number 1 on the UK singles charts with Woman, ode to his wife Yoko Ono.
Sorry, did I do that out loud?
You did.
Do you guys remember George Michael?
Yes.
Yes.
Rest in peace. Amazing, very soulful singer, British singer. This day in speaking of soul, on this day in 1987, he had teamed up with Aretha Franklin.
Wow.
Oh, no, sir.
And they,
Sir, you're a pisser.
good day.
You are a pisser, sir.
They were at number 1 on the U.S. singles, and I was just thinking about this song the other day. I knew you were waiting. I knew you were waiting for me.
That's right, yes.
Yeah, cool.
Urethra. Lord help us.
I always love it when rockers are like loud and disruptive. On this day in 1994, Blind Melon singer Shannon Hoon was forced to leave the American Music Awards ceremony for his loud and disruptive behavior.
I mean,
I love it.
I could see him.
That's what rock and rollers are supposed to be doing, not bitching about frickin' Spotify.
No.
This is disgusting. Oh, yeah, I remember this song. I thought this was a cool song. Blondie got on the charts again in 1999 with this song Maria. It was a number 1 single in the UK.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Yep. They did release a video, and YEP played it.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was really that by that time, like Blondie kind of started to fit that sound, that sort of thing. I think we have some birthdays.
Birthdays.
Birthday. Earl King. Excuse me. Earl King, New Orleans blues guitarist, wrote "Come On, Let the Good Time Roll." Covered by Jimi Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan, died in 2003, but he was born this day in 1934. King Curtis, sax player, happy birthday. The King. Jimmy Greenspoon, organist with Three Dog Night, happy birthday. Alan Lancaster, bassist with English group Status Quo, happy birthday.
All right, then. First band in at Live Aid. Status Quo.
Oh.
Yes, look at that. I know some trivia.
Steve Bronski from the British group Bronski Beat. I think that's a great name. I always love that name. Had a number 3 single in '84 with "Small Town Boy." Happy birthday! Oh, this guy is like one of the biggest people who was ever in music. Happy birthday to Garth Brooks.
Wow.
Yeah, one of the biggest
calling
selling
to
art,
me.
literally
Sorry,
in
Garth.
pop music, like legendary.
Pardon.
I mean, it's not my particular cup of tea, everything
I
he
like
does.
some of his stuff.
But yeah,
Some of
I got to
He's
give
a
the
nice
devil his
boy.
due.
That
Who
Garth
can't sing along to Friends in Low Places?
That three people can't.
Happy birthday to keyboardist David Bryan, the man with 2 first names. Played keyboards on Living Like a Prayer. Living on a Prayer.
Close enough.
Living Like a Prayer.
We know what you're talking
Living
about.
like a prayer.
Oh, Sully Erna, guitarist, vocalist for Godsmack. There's a good
Oh,
rocker.
there you go.
That's a good rocker. Rucker?
Sure.
Or Rutger.
They're what?
Rutger!
Rutger. Hardly know her.
Wow.
I can't even
Sorry
stand
about
you.
that.
What? I was waiting for you to say that all day.
Yeah, I know.
It's just how I
Can't
show my
even
love, guys.
stand you.
Just how I show my love.
I can't stand you.
It's either I
can't
hate you,
stand
I can't
yinzes.
stand you.
Oh, yeah. Or you just
I
call
never
us
say I love
nerds.
You are nerds.
You never do.
Nerds.
For as often as we say we love you, you never say it back.
Because it doesn't mean anything. When I say I hate you, it means something.
Wow. What? What kind of crazy
You obviously
bullshit
don't
is
read my
that?
She's
Facebook.
a
You're not on
woman.
Facebook, so it doesn't make any sense to either of you.
I
Apparently
do.
not.
I see some of your stuff.
Oh, I'd like to see some of your stuff. Oh, thank
Wow.
you, ladies and gentlemen.
What did you?
Good night.
Well, what did you have? What did you have? Like, don't pat me on the head. I'm not a 3-year-old. I'll fucking kill you or something.
I'm short. Don't pat me on the head.
Wow.
I'm not a 3-year-old. I'll fuck you up. I did say that.
I'm scared. I'm scared now, everybody.
That was funny.
I seriously don't.
Is there anybody wants and needs any help? Has any questions, comments that we need to?
No.
Everybody's now saying, I want to pat her on the head.
What I posted was I always say you're annoying or I hate you to the people I actually like. You just got to understand my love.
You're weird.
Well, thank you.
They're coming to take me away.
Uh-huh.
Ha ha. To the funny farm.
And there's very little music in that.
That's a really.
Like a drum.
It's really kind of haunting and weird.
Why are we talking about it?
It's kind of strange, but there's a whole bunch.
It's a
I
novelty
didn't
song.
know. I didn't know if somebody's birthday related to that song.
No,
was
he's
today. Oh,
he's
you're
reading
just-
comments.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it just
We're
says
actually
Facebook user. I'm sorry, I can't see you.
I will look for it. Gene Gunderson.
Oh, Gene,
Oh yeah, Gene Gunderson there.
Gene, Tammy, Facebook user, Facebook user, Facebook user.
The crowd goes wild. Let me find that one.
We are actually broadcasting from
The crowd
funny
goes
farm.
wild is Chris Jamrock. Who else we got here? I don't know who the rest of those people are. Bill Damiano is Ola.
Hola.
Hola.
¿Qué pasa?
But there's so many. I want to talk about too many, but there's the whole bunch. I have some of my
There's so
list we
many.
never even talked
I have
about.
about 5 more on my list that we didn't even get to. So
Yeah, there's-
we've got plenty of
Yeah,
time.
we can come back to this topic anytime you guys feel so inclined. Next week, we're gonna be talking about our album, and boy, like everybody wanted Led Zeppelin to like reunite and do something. You know, they all wanted. Everybody was like, but they never like till way later when they did that. You know, after the Kennedy Award or whatever that was that they got, the Kennedy Center thing, and then they did like 3-4 shows, you know.
Yep.
So we never really got that, but they did do Walking into Clarksdale, with Jimmy Page and Robert Plant together, and it is a really good kind of like Led Zeppelin 25 years later, you know, kind of what they might be doing. And so we're going to be getting into that.
Yeah, I saw that tour.
Oh, you did?
Sure did.
You show
I still have my ticket. I'll bring it.
Ooh. Show the audience.
Yes. It was my very second concert ever on July 1st, 1998.
Yeah. So we're going to get into that and kind of how that project got off the ground, because there was they benefited from some of the some of the newer bands like Stone Temple Pilots and Soundgarden saying that they were influenced by Led Zeppelin. And people started to become an interest, and they found a way to pull it off in a very graceful way. They didn't look and sound
Right.
dated or whatever. They did it a very cool thing.
Cool.
So now I know everybody get pissed off, but another fun thing would be walking into Clarksdale versus.
Don't even say it.
You know what I'm going to say, don't you?
Don't even say anything.
I'm going to say versus Page and versus Coverdale Page.
Shh.
Could you imagine?
Why
that?
do you want to get people all pissy?
Why?
Wow, that's a good record. I love Coverdale Page. That's a good record too, man. Do you know that record, Kevin?
No, I don't.
That's really good.
You're gonna get people all pissy.
They're going to be yelling at us.
They all gonna
Throwing
be yelling at
eggs
us.
at
I will
house.
turn the Facebook off. That
It's
day.
it's.
Throwing eggs at us.
I think it'd be fun. Maybe I'll just put a post in the group and then we'll talk about the bloody results. So, anyways, guys, you've been listening to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. You can find us at LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com or LouLombardiMusic.com. The music that you've been hearing in the background and all this, not this. Apparently, Jimi Hendrix keeps wanting to play on my podcast, which I do really appreciate, Jimmy. I really
nice of
do.
him.
But we can't have you doing that. We're going to get in trouble. But in any case, the music you've been hearing in the background and stuff like that, if you're interested in that, you like that, get a hold of us at LouLombardiMusic.com. And there's a lot of cool benefits. You find out about new stuff coming out, all kind of cool things. So check that out. RockRageRadio.com. Download the app. And don't forget, if you are a musician, check out getting a very artistic, beautiful custom paint job done on your musical instrument by Wolf's Customs. Find them on social media. Lily, go ahead and fill us in again on what you have going on.
My show on Thursdays is Hot Licks with Lily Six. RockRageRadio.com. Get the free app. It's on at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I have an interview with Greg Fox with Renaissance Rock Orchestra out of Vegas this week. So, and I am backed up on interviews after the Cav Von D, so I've got so many coming up.
Wow.
So many.
X-Lax will fix that right if you're backed up.
I'll use
like
that.
that.
Thank you. Thank you for the advice. Sound. It's novel. What a novel idea.
It was a novel. It was so novel.
Novel idea.
Oh, and apparently I will be emceeing a show coming up at Kendrew's with RFL Records, MK Music, Sambone Promos, Jeff Carlson Band, After the Fall in Westlake. So that is happening in April.
That sounds groovy.
I know. But I am the rockinest diva of them all. So it says.
Wow.
All right, guys. Thank you, Mr. Pittsburgh Kevin,
Always a pleasure.
for joining us as well.
pleasure.
You guys have a Bones. He's flat on his ass. I don't know what he's doing.
Drunk.
Oh, no wonder I only have like half a bottle of vodka left. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening, and we will catch all y'all, and I do mean all y'all,
Alcohol.
all y'all's alcohol on the next Loudini Rock and Roll Show.
Oh boy.
Have a good one.
It'd be a holy prophet, get a blessing off that you could fast for 50 days. You could shake hands with the devil if you like the guy on the level, but without love, you ain't nothing without love. Without love, you ain't nothing without love.
Without love, you ain't nothing, you ain't nothing. Without love, you ain't nothing. Without love,
It's not bad.
without love,
That is a compliment.
ain't nothing without love.
That's Katie Simone, guys, with doing that awesome singing at the end. I just I had to let it play. Was just enjoying it way too much. All right, you guys have a great week, and we'll catch you all in the next podcast. I'm seeing that the guitar videos are popular, so look for more right away. Hopefully tomorrow, but very, very soon. All right, have a good one, guys.